guys, what's up? This is Laura and I'm bringing you the Keep It Real encouragement of the week. Let me tell you about a Bible story that I just read a couple days ago. It stuck out in my mind and I just can't shake it off. I have to share it. So there's these three siblings. We got Lazarus, Martha, and Mary. And they're all super tight, I'm sure. And Lazarus, the one brother, he gets so sick to the point that he dies. Crazy, right? And so Jesus steps in, he heals him, he literally gets raised from the dead. It's outrageous. And so the story I want to talk about is actually kind of like the after party where they all kind of come together. And so they're having this meal together, it's a dinner, and Martha, the one sister, she's getting it ready, she's serving the food, and then there's Mary. And I just picture Mary going into her bedroom, she looks around, and she knows that Jesus is there at the dinner table. And as she looks around, she sees perfume. So she gets something that is so valuable to her, something so special, and she brings it out. And not only does she just come sit up along Jesus, it's not like it's one thing to sit across the table from someone special, but she actually comes down on her knees and she changes her posture. And it's a very humbling thing to do as she starts to pour this expensive perfume on his feet. Now this isn't just any perfume, it's not Calvin Klein, it's not like this fancy stuff, it's better than that. It was literally worth thousands of dollars, even in the story someone says, that's like a whole year's wages worth of perfume. And she does this humble act of going down on her knees, and it's an act of worship really, and what does the word worship mean? Worship is like saying, I love you and I want to tell you how awesome you are. And so as she's showing respect to Jesus, she literally starts washing his feet. And let's just pause for a moment here. Back in the day, a lot of people didn't have shoes. They wore either sandals or they did bare feet style. And so my guess is that Jesus probably had smelly feet, and feet are just dirty, they're gross. But here she is, showing Jesus how much she loves him by washing his feet with not just water, but this beautiful perfume. And in the Bible, in John 12, as we read it, it even says that the fragrance filled the whole room with the smell. And everyone could, everyone was affected by this. Everyone saw what Mary was doing. In fact, there was one person in particular that noticed and saw, but he didn't like it. And so there's this dude named Judas, and it's the same guy who betrayed Jesus later on. You know the story of when Jesus goes on the cross and someone betrayed him? Judas. He's a disciple, and so as everyone's at this dinner table, Judas looks over, and this is what he says in verse 5. Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? And then he also goes on saying, this is silly, and actually it's interesting, the Bible says that he didn't actually really care about giving to the poor. You see, he himself, he didn't really have integrity. He would steal money here and there as he would hold on to some of the money that they all had, and he didn't really have good intentions. I look at Judas though, and I feel like he's kind of a materialistic person, as he, in this story at least, is choosing to worship money more than Jesus. There's this awesome opportunity of someone pouring out their heart to someone saying, this is how much I love you, I'm giving you my best. And yet he's putting her down. And yet he's looking down. And I feel like sometimes too, we ourselves can look down on others. And instead of cheering on another brother or sister, we put them down. And here's another thing too. Judas's heart wasn't really in the right place. Like here he is in the same dinner table as Jesus, and he missed out. In the exact same room, he rolled in his crew, in Jesus's crew, and yet he still missed out on this opportunity to, join in and say, yeah, Jesus, you are the best. Instead, he looked down. And I want to encourage you today, who do you want to be in this story? Do you want to be a Mary who gives Jesus everything you got? Or do you want to be a Judas that's stuck in just like the religious kind of rules and is focused on money, and so maybe even today you can practice this out by giving up a hobby. You could be, giving up something that's valuable to you. You can give up your time to spend more time with Jesus and just tell him how much you love him. Be encouraged today and definitely be a Mary.